Frack on. Welcome to another episode of Frack the Canon. I am joined by the quiz motherfuckers around. How you doing, Mr. Tyler Weist?
Happy to be here. Ready to talk about um
Ranma one half.
you said it.
That's one of my favorite animes of all time. I remember the
Mhm.
first time I saw it, I was in Mexico. So most of my anime that I know, I saw it in Mexico first. So like I didn't know I was watching anime till later in life. I'm like, oh, okay. But Ranma one half was one of the ones that I grew up with watching with my cousins, and I got my baby sister on here, Pandora, when we got the DVD, which was weird for me, but it was like she knew Ranma one half, so when it came out, we watched it. The remake, I did not hate the remake. I'm like, it's not bad. Like I
No, I
don't,
loved it. It was
I
good.
thought I wouldn't go as far as I loved it. I just thought it was a lot better than I expected it to be. If that makes any sense. Like I was expecting it to be really bad, and it wasn't. It was like the fact they stuck it to the 80s. I'm like, okay, what's a period piece? Because a lot of the stuff that they did, I'm like, would not fly today at all. So I'm like, no, it's the 80s. I'm like, I think that's kind of was the big saving grace. Like, it was the 80s because all the one thing I'm surprised that they got rid of, but I mean, knowing today's sensibilities, is the old, I forgot his name, the old man, the old grouchy man who was trying to
Yeah,
own
Hopposai.
Ranma. What was his name?
Yeah, Hopposai.
I don't see. I'll take your word for it. I don't remember what it was.
It's Hopposai.
I don't know if that was in Spanish though.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, okay. But anything? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to say about it?
Rama one half. I guess we'll first talk about the new one. What I like so much about the new one is it's actually intended to be a lot closer to what Takahashi intended for that. This is sort of well documented. Takahashi often had disagreements with the anime crew, the people making the anime, because the people making the anime was a lot more fan servicey, more on the um, uh, manly audience intended thing, because the anime was all about getting audience and viewers. So there's less focus on the journeys of the characters um, in the anime than in the manga. Yes, the it's pretty beat for beat, but there are things taken out of the manga that aren't in the original anime, and those things. I mean, I know we only have what like 10 episodes of the new anime, something like that, and it's more abridged than the old one, but there's more focus on the stuff Takahashi wanted in the new anime, and I like that a lot. Um, in particular, there's like one scene that's like super good. That's all about what like the core of a lot of this show is, or the original manga was all about, is like the a coming of age with Akane and Ranma, where they're both like about to experience their first kiss and like super nervous and in the room together. And it in the original anime, it's like a 2 minute scene, but in the new anime, it's like a 5 minute scene that's just like really focusing on this moment.
Mhm.
So I think the new really nails it. And I also like how they do with certain fight scenes, really beautiful, colorful, trippy animation stuff. And that to me is a really nice touch, because a lot of these like remakes do things like shot for shot, just with better animation, and that's just like, well, then why are you making it? Like, do it different, and they did it. And I could talk about the old stuff a little later. Do you want to talk more about the new anime? Anything you like
Uh,
still?
the only thing that bugged me about the new anime, and it's something I brought up in the past, I think with CJ, I think we talked about here, was that it was shortened a little bit. It did I felt like it was a lot more breathing room in
Abridged.
this one, but I felt like
Yeah,
they were rushing the stories though. They were like not rushing, but they were consolidating a lot of story arcs. I'm like,
yeah.
because I know when they fight the ice couple, that was
Hmm.
like episode, at least from, if I remember in Mexico or in
Yeah,
the DVD that I got here, it was like episode 45 or 50. It was later
right.
on because the
Yeah.
whole like it took forever. Because I remember right, Ryoga was
Yoga.
another one. Was took a minute to show up. It was not immediate.
Yeah.
Shampoo was a minute too, and then I'm like, dude. And then what was it? The guy, the kendo dude, keto, not keto.
Oh, the the guy with feelings for both Ranma
Yeah,
and Akane.
and Akane. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kendo.
I'm looking up right now. Ranma
Well, that guy. I'm
106.
like, his center shows up, and I'm like, dude, that's later on in the story. Like this is
Kuno.
episode 6 or 7.
Yeah, Kuno.
Kuno, thank you. Yes, Kuno. Kuno. I'm like, this is like later on, in the original anime. But I'm like, but it felt true to the source. It felt true to
Mhm.
the new one. I'm like, okay, this feels true though. It feels organic, if that makes sense. Like it's going too fast for me, but it feels organic.
Right.
Um, so I was just like the animations. I just like, I went in there with this, and I'm like, and the theme song. I was like, I am not a fan. This is not my theme song, because I'm used to the '90s one and the Spanish one at that.
Una extraña manera de amar, porque no debemos dar amor. Un te quiero y ya, con un beso y ya, y así todo podría ser mejor.
So I'm watching this. I'm like, all right, it grew on me. I'm not like it grew on me. And then someone on Facebook pointed out, oh yeah, that's those shots are images of another anime. Do you remember Heidi Heidi? I'm like, I do
Yeah.
remember Heidi because that's something my aunt would watch in Mexico when I was a kid. So I'm like, those are shots. I'm like, okay, that's what that is. Because there's the official Ranma one half like opening, and then there's the Mexican opening that they made using. So I'm like, okay. So it took me a minute to get over that, but I overall Ranma one half Netflix is really good. I hope they don't end it because I don't think I ever finished Ranma one half in its entirety. I know I got pretty far, but I don't think I ever finished it. And I hope they finish it here. Hopefully they're able to tell the whole story.
Right.
But yeah, no, I was like really impressed. And I'm talking about the Spanish version because that's the one I watched the most. So
Right.
listening to the voice actors in Spanish, it was weird because some of them did come back from the OG, some of them were replaced, and the one that came back, I'm like, dude, I can hear the age in your voice. Like you're
Mhm.
not that. I know time has passed, but I'm like, yes, you're Akane, but you're a much older Akane. So
Right.
like
You're not a
it was a little bit
teenager.
jarring for me in that end. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's you, but it's not you. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like X-Men 97. It's
yes,
like
exactly,
I,
exactly like
yeah.
X Men '97. Um, but yeah, no, I was like, I liked it. I was genuinely surprised because my sisters and I would watch it. My sister and I would watch it, and we would talk about it because that was again I got her into anime. I had the Dragon Ball, Saint Seiya, and Rama one half. Like she did, for some reason out of all three, she didn't pick up Dragon Ball as much as but neither did I though. Like I like Dragon Ball, but not as much as the other two. But yeah, it was I was pleasantly surprised. I liked it. I hopefully there's a season two. Because we know anime. It's like sometimes won't see anything at all and be like, all right, cool. Like
Yeah, like One Punch Man for like 5 years.
yeah. No, I liked it too. And to
Yep.
coach, I like it a lot.
Yeah. Um, do you want to talk about the old one too? Because
If
I
you
have a
want
lot to
to,
say, I can say. It's the old one's victim, a very victim to a
time.
lot of judgment. The times, yeah, yeah. Because people don't know, or at least don't know to take that extra step of trying to look at things from the lens of the correct decade. And a lot of people will label Ranma One Half as this really homophobic and really transphobic anime. And it's like, well, it was written in the 80s and like in Japan throughout all of it was practically like illegal to do that or be that. And it's horrible that that's the case, that there was such horrific discrimination. But it wasn't just that. Like arranged marriages still happen in Japan. And uh people not only have this sort of uh lack of a ability to see the lens through the correct decade, but also they have a Western lens. Things are still super traditional in Japan, and um, Japan is actually a very like conservative country. And it's I know we have all this great art that comes out of it that you would normally see from not from that side of the well, not from like the conservative side of the spectrum, but Japan is this like super um contrasty place where you have like uniforms and you get in a line and you do things this way while also this sort of art coming out of it. It's super interesting. But Rumiko Takahashi said somewhere in an interview, I was really trying to find it, I couldn't find it, but she was trying to sort of speak to a male audience in an indirect way about the struggles women face. And she did want to do a battle manga because that's what everyone was doing in the 80s. Um, but like Ranma and a Half actually was like extremely progressive for its time, even if they do have a lot of things that um, by our standards today think are really insensitive. And you said it in the beginning, like, yeah, it wouldn't fly today. I'm like, yeah, but it's surprising it flew in the 80s.
Um, yeah, the '80s, like the '80s and '90s, completely different time.
Yeah.
The teachers, I remember someone told me. Actually, our old boss told us this too. That his teacher called him a derogatory gay name back in the was that with the F. Why is she
Wow.
able to get that person in trouble so fired today?
Yeah.
In the '80s and '90s, no.
Yeah, and we know this because we grew up in the 80s and
Yeah,
90s. Yeah, and that's why stuff like Rama One Half is like, oh yeah, no, that's just how it was. And the all these angry people with keyboards are like,
or there was
because
a keyboard now,
yeah,
the keyboards now, because like you, it
yeah,
would never see them to the face. So like
right,
watching it back, like watching Rama One Half the new version, I'm like, this is pretty smart. This is pretty well. Like I see what's being told here now. I didn't
yeah,
get that as a kid when I was in the '90s. I was like six when it came out in the '90s in Mexico. I was five, six, seven, eight, maybe
right,
nine at tops. So
yeah,
I'm like, I did. It was all over my head. But now I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. Okay.
yeah.
I feel it's a little bit more poignant now too.
In the new version,
In the new version,
yeah,
exactly.
it's a
So like,
little more direct with what they're
yes, very
doing.
much. Because it reminded me. There's one. I forgot what happened. What Rama's doing, and he turned into this female form. And Akane says, "Remember what gender you're in, little young
Yeah,
lady."
yeah,
And I was like,
yeah,
"What, dude?" I rewinded this four times because that was so funny to me. But remember what gender you're in? I'm like, wait. And with today's, I don't again with the fluidity of people's gender identity because like I don't have that. I I don't understand it. But I was like, oh, I get it. That's funny. I'm like,
yeah,
that made me laugh. I think that was a joke. I
right.
hope it was a
Well,
good. Go
well,
ahead.
that speaks to like Takahashi's intention behind it, because somewhere else in that interview, she was saying like, yeah, if you were a man and then all of a sudden and you had the power of a man, because she was talking about how there is in 1980s Japan, um, a like real big power difference between a man and a woman. And it's like if you're like a big powerful man and then all of a sudden you're put in a female body, you wouldn't have that power anymore. And you, of course, would use your female form to get that power back or something. She says something like that. And audience out there anywhere, if you can find that interview, I'd really love for the assist here. But it's such a powerful way to make that statement is to make a character not only like gender fluid, but gender fluid in a way where they don't have control over it. It's not their choice to be gender fluid, and it's not their choice to um like when people randomly slash her and it's like or him. I even do it like when he's Rama male form and then all of a sudden gets splashed and now he's Rama female form. Most of the time it's out of their control. And that's what like Takahashi's kind of saying. It's like you don't have control over your power that comes with your gender, and you just have to adapt in whatever way you can. And like for the people able to like the adults reading it in the 80s who were like seriously reading it, not just looking at the pictures, if you know what I mean. Um, they they hopefully would be understanding that dynamic she's talking about. Um, but yeah, the people who don't take the time to think about what message, like Arturian lesson, like the Arturian message they're trying to convey. Um, it's sad it just gets judged for what it like. There's this whole thing now that it is so easy to critique, and there's so much writing out there about well, like there's so much opinion out there that it influences perception of what media is. And I think Ranma One Half is one of the best examples of something that has suffered from negative opinion in an unfortunate way because it is taken away from like the big message that Takahashi was trying to convey in it, which in my opinion helped progress Japan positively and is still doing so. Um, and it's just unfortunate now people 2025 in the West are shaking their finger at it, and it's too bad.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I'm just like, Um, I don't have anything else to say. I like it a lot. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a lot better than I expected it to be. I was not expecting it to be this good. But yeah, I got nothing else.
I hope it comes back. I agree with you. I hope it makes to the ending. Something in that feud between Takahashi and the animators is like the ending of the Rama One Half anime, the original. It it's not good. Like it misses the mark and doesn't explore Takahashi's ending in the manga as much as it should have. So I really hope it makes the ending, but we got a got a long way to go. I don't know, like at this rate, maybe 5 seasons it might be there because it's basically like triple speed or whatever of the original. But the original is like I don't know, 500 episodes.
It was pretty
So
long. I went on for a
yeah,
while. I remember that.
yeah.
But I remember again in Mexico they would play it every day, Monday through Friday and I think if I remember, I think it was an hour block or just 1.5 hour block. But
Wow.
I remember it was well, yeah, because it was over the air like anime at the time. It was just over the air basic TV. It wasn't on cable. So my grandma knows who Rama is, dude. Like that's how much
Wow.
it was in Mexico culture. Like she knows Dragon Ball, she knows Goku, she knows Seiya, she knows Ranma, like she knows she like it's a very big thing in Mexican culture. At least I don't know about all Latin America, but for sure, at least where my family's from in Yucatan, it's huge. So I
Hmm.
remember my cousin and I were talking about it, and we were like, "I want to watch it. I don't want to watch it." I'm like, "We saw it." I'm like, "I know, but," and I was convicted too. I'm like, "I don't know. Like maybe, maybe not. Like I'm gonna see what it's like." But it was good. Yeah, it was like in hindsight, not watching it now, I'm like, "Oh, this was pretty deep."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, cool, cool. All right, thank you, Tyler. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you same fracking time, same fracking channel. Frack off.